Hello, everyone. We've got a great guest today for you, Rachel Blank. She is the co-founder and a designer at PridePocket. We're talking about a crowdfunding platform for the LGBT community especially. You don't want to miss this episode.
Welcome to the Your Mark on the World show with your champion of social good, Devin D. Thorpe.
This episode is made possible via the support of our sponsors, including Johnson & Johnson's Caring Crowd. Rachel, welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you. I'm happy to be here.
We're thrilled to have you. Rachel, I am sure that members of the LGBT community get immediately why a crowdfunding platform for them makes sense. Tell the rest of us why it makes sense.
Definitely. So as a member of the LGBTQ community myself, I've seen over the years trends for my friends to be on these platforms, raising money for things like top surgery for their transitioning, raising money for hormones, and even things like in vitro. So there are already a lot of people out there using these platforms, but there are a lot of features that are missing from existing platforms for privacy, and to actually do the most good for these individuals. So historically, the individual raising the money would have to pay the transaction fee as well as a platform fee. So in other words, if they are desperately in need of money and they ask friends and family for help, they're only getting to keep about 90 to 93% of the money that they receive. And so we're trying to change that.
Excellent. So tell us a little bit more. I want to help us who are not members of the LGBT community to understand some of the challenges. Most of us are accustomed to health insurance taking care of all of our healthcare needs and tend to want to blame people who aren't insured for their problems. Tell us a little bit more about why this crowdfunding platform might be necessary for LGBTQ people with special health issues.
Definitely. So that's a great point. A lot of the time, if you need surgery, if you are sick and you go to the doctor, almost all of it is covered, nearly 100%. For instance, I was in the hospital about 2 weeks ago for a medical problem, and my medical bill was $37,000. My insurance covered all of it. I think $300 is all I owe. However, on the other hand of that, my wife and I went to a fertility appointment, same insurance, and we got an estimate of how much it will cost for us to conceive a baby with the help of doctors. And it will be $35,000 out of pocket, and insurance covers none of it. Literally none of it, because they're saying it's elective. So in the community, this is more than commonplace. It's not just about starting a family, it's transitioning. A lot of insurance companies still say that it's elective surgery to have top surgery, to have bottom surgery, things like electrolysis to help trans individuals pass better as the gender that they identify with. These are all out-of-pocket costs, and insurance will very rarely cover anything.
Wow. It's, you see, there are special challenges that arise in the community, and it's important for this platform to exist. Clearly, you're a member of the community, but as you've explained, but why did you feel personally responsible to solve this problem?
Yeah, so kind of how we came about is that my wife and I were actually talking about fertility a few years ago, and we realized that we didn't know much about it. As well-educated individuals that live in the Bay Area, we would think that, oh yeah, okay, we want to have a baby. Oh wait, but we don't know how to do that. So first it was about finding the information regarding these sorts of situations. So we spent weeks researching all the different ways we could get pregnant or adopt or do surrogacy. We had no idea what was out there. And then we found out through our research that none of it was covered by insurance and that we would need to find a way to pay for it. So originally our idea was, okay, let's start a platform for crowdfunding fertility. And, we reached out to our friends, got their thoughts on it. And very quickly, it was very evident that fertility isn't the only thing that's not covered and that is very complicated. So we grew into this platform for anything and everything LGBT, whether it's finding information about transitioning, about legal issues you might face as a queer person, about mental health issues, access to therapy. If you don't have insurance, or if you just really need help. A lot of LGBTQ people find themselves in these situations where it seems desperate. They don't know where to turn for information that they can trust all in one place. And then on top of that, when they find what they need to know, they realize that the only way to get help or do something about it is to have a ridiculous amount of money. So they kind of went hand in hand. And as a designer, and my wife was learning how to code, we decided that this is going to be our passion. This is something that we wanted to help other people with because we were able to.
Well, Rachel, as you were beginning this process, you had and have a full-time job that isn't this. So this has been largely a passion project, a volunteer project by and large. But one of the first campaigns you're putting on the platform will be PridePocket. You're going to raise money for the platform, right?
Definitely. Up until now, we have a team of about, I think, 12 very active volunteers that are so passionate about this project. We haven't been able to pay them anything. And they've been helping with everything from growing our social media to writing the content and some of the development work. And again, my wife, Courtney, and I are co-founders, so we take the brunt of the work that needs to be done on the app and the marketing site. But we've been paying out of pocket for everything that needs to be done so far. And our first campaign, we're going to eat our own dog food, as they say in the Bay Area. We're going to use our platform to try to raise money for ourselves just to sustain.
When will you launch that campaign?
So it's actually launched right now.
Okay.
We haven't publicly announced the link yet, but it is up, it's live. We've been doing a private beta with some internal team members for the past week. And the site will be linked at the end of the weekend. We're hoping to do a big marketing push next week just because we have a lot of people that have been emailing us saying that this product would really help them in the situations that they're in. So we really want to get it out there, but we also want to make a very good first impression. So we're just trying to get all the small fixes out, and next week it will be live, linked, and all over the internet.
So by the time we air this, it will probably be live, and I will add the link to the article on GoodCrowd.info. So if you're not watching this or listening to this on GoodCrowd.info, visit there, look for this episode, and you'll be able to find the link directly to PridePocket, or just go to PridePocket.com and find it there. So anyway, by the time you listen to this or watch this, it'll be live, and you'll be able to find this link. So, okay, so Rachel, tell us a little bit more about how the site will work.
Definitely. So currently, if you go to PridePocket.com, what happens is you're on a marketing website, which essentially just tells you what we are, who we are, what we do. From there, once this launches, we will be linking the actual application right there. When you click on login or sign up, that will bring you right to the app. That's where you would go to actually start a campaign, donate to public campaigns, and also you can click on community resources. That's where we already have a bunch of articles about these topics. For instance, we have articles about transitioning, male to female, female to male. We have a few articles about sperm banks and family planning. And we have several articles about issues that are facing the community and where you can go for help right now. For instance, LGBTQ homeless youth and abusive relationships. And we're continuously growing that out with our partners. So,
Rachel, you have had a remarkable career already. You've accomplished a lot in your young life. Tell us a little bit more about what you think the most important career lesson is that you've learned.
Definitely. So I've worked for a lot of companies in the Bay Area in startups, and I've realized that it's not just about having a cool product. It's about having a product that actually does something for people. So as you said, this has become a big passion project of mine. And I've had the most rewarding experience from doing something like this. And so for anyone listening, It's a lot of times it's about money, it's about making rent, it's about paying your bills. But if you have time in your personal life, do a project that helps people, because it's worth all of the blood, sweat, and tears you put into it, late nights and weekends. This project has been eye-opening to me. We've had people reach out to us telling us that just doing this, even though it hasn't launched yet, has affected them and has made them feel confident in their ability to come out. They're not as scared, or they feel like someone has their back. And so, I've learned a lot just from doing that.
Rachel, as you've been engaged in this process, clearly you've learned a lot. What's been the most important lesson you've learned about helping other people in the LGBT community, especially?
Definitely. Something that I've realized is that people just want to feel that they're not alone. We have social media accounts, and I frequent them. I'm not the main person on them, but I've had a few individuals reach out to me in private messages. For instance, we had a campaign called "What's in Your Pride Pocket?" Tell us what makes you proud. And this individual said, hey, I'm not able to post what makes me proud because I'm living with a family that doesn't accept me the way I am, but would you please post on my behalf something about this? I had a conversation with this individual back and forth, and we ended up writing an article about how not everyone can come out safely, and that's okay, and you should still be proud of yourself, and you need to take care of your safety first and foremost. This person reached out to me after that article and said that it brought them to tears, that they were so joyed that someone out there was there to listen to them and to remind them that they are enough and that they're okay the way that they are. So it's really opened my eyes to, again, just a little bit of kindness goes a long way. This person wasn't raising money on our platform. This person, didn't find out something really, really big that they didn't know. It's just about being there for people in your community and letting them know that they're not alone.
I tend to be, at least I think of myself as a liberal, accepting person. And so from my standpoint, I have a hard time understanding where and how people are not feeling comfortable coming out. It seems like this is 2018, not 1983. What do you think it's going to take to create a world where people can just be who they are?
I think a lot of that is just meeting people, being open to meeting someone that identifies as LGBTQ. For instance, some family friends of my partner, they weren't really sure how they felt about gay people. Obviously they loved her, and when she came out, they were just concerned for her because, as many people are, they know that there's harassment out there. There are people that aren't going to be nice about it. And over the course of our relationship, just getting to know her as an out person and getting to know us as a couple opened their eyes tremendously and really changed their heart. And so just being open to meeting people that aren't like you, or people that might identify as something that you don't understand, and seeing from their experiences what is not working or where you can help as an ally, it's huge. It's something that you can never read about. You just need to open yourself up to talking with these people and getting to befriend them.
Rachel, what is your superpower?
I would say my superpower is that I like to listen. I listen to people. I try to, again, show people that even if I don't know them well, or even if we've never met, that I'm there for everybody. If anyone ever needs something, that I'm there for them to listen. And I think that goes a long way.
It certainly does. It certainly does. Well, Rachel, I really appreciate you taking time to be with us today. Before you go, would you take just a minute to tell us how people can learn more about PridePocket and connect with you personally?
Definitely. So as I said, by the time that this is live on the internet, we will have publicly launched our crowdfunding platform. So what that means is you can go to PridePocket.com. You will be able to click on the sign up button, and it will direct you to the app where you can sign up for an account. You can launch a campaign, public, private, or link only. You can read our articles. And if you want to reach out to me personally, just reach out to Rachel@PridePocket.com. I'm very quick about responding to emails, whether it's just, hey, I love what you're doing, or hey, can you add this feature in the future? I'm open to anything. So please feel free to reach out.
Fantastic. Well, Rachel, thank you so much for being with us today. We wish you every success in helping the LGBTQ community gain more access to the funds people need to deal with the challenges that they uniquely face.
Thank you so much.
All righty. Let's do some good.
At Caring Crowd, we believe everyone has the power to make a difference. Through our crowdfunding platform for community health, we empower passionate people to drive real change. Whether you work for a nonprofit organization, volunteer, or want to get involved for the first time, you can post a campaign on Caring Crowd. Join us, because caring is where change begins.
Thank you for listening. Devin Thorpe's mission is to end extreme poverty, improve global health, and mitigate climate change before 2045 by finding and sharing the stories of those who are doing the most good. You can join with other listeners to accelerate Devin's mission by visiting helpdevin.org right now.